So if you're an Arsenal fan, I'm sure you must be having a serious meltdown after the loss against Manchester City. Yes, it's devastating. Considering how many months Arsenal have stayed at the top of the Premier League and having to, see City crawl back in contention for the title, it can be really sad. But in this video, we're going to talk about the things that are very important, what we need to keep at the back of our minds, and more like a therapy session. But we're going to highlight all the things that are very important to be noted at this stage. So smash that like button to give this video some reach, and let's jump right into it. Okay, first things first. The title race is not over. Arsenal potentially could be level on points to Manchester City with a win against Burnley. We'll see how that game goes. But for all intents and purposes, it is not over. One of the things that we see happen very often when we have bad games like this or bad days is that, everybody talks about how the mentality is very weak, how we bottle it, we choke at the tail end of the season, and Arteta has no spine, the team has no spine. Trust me, this is not the time to do that. We have a manager who has gotten us to a very strong position. He's gotten us to one final this season, the League Cup. The FA Cup, we got to the quarterfinals. And the Champions League, we're in the semi-finals at this point. And we are still actively in a title race. If City had that mentality of we bottled it when they were 9 points behind Arsenal, they will not be in the position they are right now. So you can argue, yes, that City have a history of winning things and the fans can, look back and see they've won the title several times. They've won the Champions League in recent history to be encouraged. But no, as an Arsenal fan, this is not the time to start to feel you need to turn on the manager. We've seen situations where Arsenal are losing a game, they won't go down, and fans start to walk away. They start to chant, start to attack the players and, say derogatory things. This is not the time to show that sort of mentality. This is the time to lock in. This is the time to believe in the team, because for real, it is not yet over. The second thing is that Arsenal are still in the Champions League. What that means is that if everything goes well with the Atletico Madrid game over 2 legs, Arsenal can be in the final and potentially have a good chance to win the Champions League. Now, if Arsenal end up winning the Champions League, even if they don't win the Premier League, it's still a very good season. So we are not supposed to start to have a meltdown. We can start to have conversations about whether Arteta is good enough to continue beyond this season. But trust me, this is the time to lock in and not turn on your manager, not turn on the players. I think we need to have a serious conversation about the mentality of not just the players on the pitch, but the fans as well. Because it's the energy that we feed the team when we play. Everybody talks about how Anfield is a fortress because of the fans they have. Arsenal fans must not be weak, because winning things requires everybody's support, not just the players, not just Mikel Arteta. It requires the support of everyone else. Now, one last thing. We are in a crucial stage in the season, and everybody's talking about if Arteta will be replaced, if Arteta will be fired at the end of the season. Those conversations, I think, are not even necessary at this stage. We will have that conversation at the right time when the season eventually comes to an end, not at this stage. So if you're an Arsenal fan, be encouraged. It's not over. Show up at the grounds if you have the tickets, and don't start unnecessarily making a fuse and having unnecessary podcasts and putting out videos about how it's time to let go of the manager and if he loses the next game and all that stuff that I hear people say. We are going to play against Newcastle United next. That game is very important. Arsenal need to lock in, get the 3 points, because just think about it. Imagine a situation by City eventually drop points, but before that even happens, Arsenal go ahead and even drop more points. It won't be a case of we bottle the league. It will be a case of a very weak mentality that has now led to complete capitulation, which is not acceptable at this stage. We waited 22 years for this. We are still in a very strong position. I referenced the 2023-24 season that City won. It was a 3-horse race with Liverpool, and it was decided on the last day. Liverpool fell off, I think, 3 match days to the end of the season, but on the last day, the title was decided. So it's not over by any stretch of imagination. City will want to think they are, in fact, I would say they're favorites now, but as an Arsenal fan, as an Arsenal supporter, I will not write Arsenal off. And it has to show in our mentality, it has to show in the way we speak, it has to show in the way we act. We need to lock in and get the job done. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about what's going on with the team. Also, you can let me know if you think Mikel Arteta is the man for the job beyond this season. And, whether we have a chance. Can we still win it? Let me know your thoughts. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out. Bye.